Well, right now we want to introduce you to another hero. She is the owner and operator of Barn Buddies. Today, the northwest part of Las Vegas is the fastest growing part of our city, but 53 years ago, this was about the only property you would find out here. A farm where eggs were sold, and this woman nearly single-handedly ran things. But over the years, she, her hens, and cats have been joined by just about every farm animal you can name. As her small farm evolved into what we now call Barn Buddies Rescue at the Las Vegas farm, so has her name and title. And what do you like to call yourself? Owner, chief?
Chief
Queen
poop,
of the farm.
Queen of the farm, chief pooper picker upper, Farmer Sharon. That's basically what most people call me.
Well, if these guys could talk, they would call her their savior. She's been taking in and nursing back to health unwanted, neglected, and abused animals for over 50 years with the help of volunteers and veterinarians.
What we are is Barn Buddies Rescue at the Las Vegas farm, and we rescue farm animals. We take in pigs and goats and horses and donkeys and all kinds of different farm birds, poultry, and different things like that. And we bring them here for a safe haven where they can live out their lives after they've been either abused or abandoned or hurt or in trouble. And we take in those that really don't have anywhere else to go.
They end up here by many different means. Sometimes people just drop them off outside our gate. Sometimes a good Samaritan will come across a neglected or abandoned animal and call Sharon for help. Every animal here has a story and a warning. Just about every story is very hard to hear. Let's start with this now beautiful mare named Dixie.
Someone called me several years ago and said, there's a dead horse out in the desert. And I said, well, you know, I'm not the one that you need to call. You need to call animal control. And I said, if it's dead, there's really nothing I can do to help you. And they said, well, let me go see. So they went out and they kind of poked her. She was bleeding. She had maggots all over her. Her head was bashed in.
Dixie appeared dead, but was hanging on by her last few breaths. Instead of animal control stepping in to cart the body away, Sharon did, and miraculously brought her back to life.
Lo and behold, she was alive. So we went out and picked her up with the tractor and loaded her on a trailer and brought her home. It took us many years to be able to get close to Dixie. She was so terrified. But now she's a lovely, lovely mare. She's finally accepted us, and she's finally calmed down, and she's not so terrified anymore. This is one of many. We have so many here that have gone through similar situations. And we do everything we can to bring them back to where they're safe and they've got a place to live out their lives without harm and without anybody ever again hurting them.
Homer is another heartbreaking story. Apparently, someone thought he was cute as a little baby, but as he started growing, the owner's interest or ability to care for him diminished.
Homer was brought to us in the middle of the night, tied to our fence and abandoned at the gate. They tied this farm pig to our wooden fence, not knowing whether or not there was a coyote or anything else out there that could harm him.
Homer has serious leg trouble and has spent his life so far on his knees. Sharon and her veterinarians are working hard to remedy the problem because he will eventually weigh 1,000 pounds and will need strong front legs.
We're going to do everything we can to make sure that Homer can live a long life even when he gets to his maximum size.
And as you can see, they are making progress.
That's a good boy standing up on your feet. We are so happy. Yes, there you go, sweetheart. Isn't he a handsome pig?
Sharon says what continues to amaze her is that so many people disregard the fact that these are living beings with feelings and intelligence. Just look at Baba. Sharon never left her side when nursing her back to life. Now, as you can see, the goat never leaves hers. Have you ever heard of a lap goat?
This is Baba. This is a lap goat. She loves to be held.
She loves her mama.
She loves her mama.
This is Tommy Llama, once neglected, now living a happy life here at the farm. Many ducks, peacocks, and birds land here and choose to never leave. And why would they? They somehow just know they are safe. Sharon is tireless in the care of these animals, but will be quick to say she could not do this without volunteers, good neighbors, and donors.
Everybody that helps me has another job. Everybody that comes here and spends time with me has another paycheck coming in somewhere else. That's why they can volunteer for us. So when they come in here, they're doing it out of their heart and their goodwill, and they're wanting to help the animals.
One who lends her time and her name to the farm is Lark Williams. You may know her from her radio show on 97.1 The Point.
I made a pledge to her that I would never leave her, and that I would use to my last breath my voice to be a voice for those who cannot speak, as she has done relentlessly, tirelessly for over 53 years.
Like all the volunteers, Lark knows each animal by name. She knows each animal's story. She believes we could all learn something from the compassion she feels here.
The energy of this entire community here reflects that. When people come to this sanctuary, you can feel a sense of something stirring within you that calls you to action, to do more, to be more compassionate, not only with animals, but to all humankind.
Aside from devoted volunteers and supporters like Lark, another way Sharon funds her mission is with her farmers market, open every Saturday and Sunday. You may have to step around some peacocks and cats, but you will find everything here from honey to eggs. She says sometimes she doesn't know how she's going to get through each day, but she does, because she says she has to.
There's nobody else in town that does what we do. These animals don't have anywhere else to go and be safe and live out their lives.
Now, Sharon has a very important message, especially to parents and especially at this time of the year. Do not buy baby or exotic animals for your children. Those cute little Easter bunnies and chicks grow up, the kids lose interest, or just are not able to care for them the way they should be cared for. Sharon says if your kids want to see farm animals or some exotic animals, have them volunteer out at Barn Buddies. By the way, it is located at 7222 West Grand Teton Way.